This is our second year tapping and we're still figuring it out as we go. We ended up tapping really late this year, but we still got a pretty decent run.
I can tell we're going to have a lot of maple syrup.
So I'm boiling sap today. This is day 2. I've run through almost all the sap that we have. There's just a little bit left on the buckets on the trees. Looking at the forecast, not sure how much more we're gonna get this season. So far we've collected about 105 liters of sap, which should get us about 2.5 liters of actual syrup because it's about a 40-to-1 ratio. So it's a long process and I get super excited about it, but my husband was not feeling it this year. So I've sort of just been doing it on my own, which has been different from last year, but I've enjoyed it. So the setup that we have is not the most efficient. This is only our second year tapping trees. And I had planned to have a different setup this year, but on the homestead, there's so many projects and not enough time. So this gets it done and it's okay. Bit of a sad update on my syrup today. I walked away for about 2 minutes and it boiled over all over the ground. And instead of 2.5 liters, I'm gonna get maybe 1/2 liter. So this is our setup for the second boil of our season here. We finished up the last boil. I think you already saw that there was a bit of an accident with that. So this is all we have left. We had about 3 5-gallon buckets of sap for our second boil. So we're halfway through getting the sap into the pot and we'll see what we come out with at the end of it today. Gonna work on a little yard project while that boils. So I bought these trellises. This is our 3rd summer here, and my chickies free range and wreck my garden every year. So this is my solution for this year, and we'll see if it works. I'm not gonna hold my breath, but hopefully it'll be a little bit of a deterrent. I planted a whole bunch of tulip and daffodil and allium bulbs in the fall, and now spring is sprung and all my little bulbs are coming up and the chickies are very interested in them. So I need to get something going here to hopefully keep them out. We'll see how it goes. Does this look stupid? I'm not sure. So what do you think? I'm definitely interested to hear if anyone has any solutions for keeping free-ranging chickens out of gardens. It doesn't really work for my flower bed, but for my vegetable garden, this was our solution. So we got some 3-foot stakes and then I found this sort of mesh that keeps them out. I have to fix it because it's coming off of the stakes, but it worked pretty well for last year. It's the first year we put it in. But I have garlic popping, and I have strawberries and asparagus that are going to start to come up here soon. So I want to keep the chickies out of the garden now. They were doing some work in there when the snow was melting, but I think it's time to keep them out at this point. I can already confirm it didn't work. I'm gonna have to rig something up here because they can fit through. They just walked on through like there was nothing even there. Our season's over, so it's time to pull our taps. Can you get me the ladle out of that drawer?
Hey, what's a ladle?
Spoon.
Ask me for a wrench, babe. I'll pick you the right wrench.
Heather from Sage and Stone Homestead always says to make a mess or it doesn't count. I think I've really taken that to heart this maple season. Now for all the cleanup. I left this to cool in the fridge overnight to allow the sugar sand to sink to the bottom. So this is what I filtered out yesterday. It's really gritty. It's not really something that you want in your syrup. Although I did hear someone say that they use this to make a maple scrub of some sort. So I'm gonna give that a try and see if it works. So I'm saving that. We're just bringing this back up to 190 degrees to bottle. So all in, we ended up with about 3 pints of syrup here, so just under 2 liters. We started with, I think it was about 170 liters of sap, so really that should have gotten us about 4 liters of finished syrup, but I had 2 boilovers, so that's what we got this year. It feels a bit like a lot of work for just a little bit of sap, but that just means that we'll enjoy it even more. Of course, I had to make waffles to try the syrup on. The recipe is from my free batch breakfast guide. The link's in the description. If you want to follow along, hit subscribe.